Good morning, y'all. Happy day. Sometimes folks, and this baffles my mind, they will open the door to my shop and they'll look confused because they're looking for the cafe. There is literally nothing on my building that screams, I have coffee and breakfast stuff inside and food. And I have to be nice, and it takes every ounce of my energy to be like, to not say something like sarcastic or even have a sarcastic tone. I will just be genuine and say, hey, you're so close. Just got to keep walking all the way down to the cafe. You're almost there. And I have to say that with a straight face and not be sarcastic. As much as I want to be like, yeah, I'm just going to keep it positive. But even when I say it, I catch myself. It's like, yeah, you almost made it. Just got to keep walking. You're almost at the cafe. Because over here, it's a parking free-for-all. It's the balance of owning the building and owning the business. And so you're being a landlord and you're being a business owner. So if I was only the shop owner, I would be way more up in arms like, hey, these are definitely my spots. Like I have these 13 spots on my side. But because I own the building and I don't want to get in the way of the success of my neighbor tenant, I make sure, hey, use your best judgment. If you're not parking egregiously bad, taking up 2 spots and you're quick down and back, that's cool. And I have some cones out that says where, double play only parking. And for the most part, people respect that. So they respect it. And, it's not winter time. It's no big deal. But I get sidetracked, though, when somebody opens the door and they're not looking for cards. They are looking for the cafe. Hey, you know how you can fix that is you can look up from your phone. It's possible. You can walk with no device in your hand, eyes forward. Now I'm getting a little sarcastic. It's very possible to do that. You can do it. I believe in you. You can really do that. You can be aware of your surroundings and say, hey, that looks like it says double play on the door and on the building. I'm going to keep going down. That's how I want to say it, but I say it a little nicer. Because I do want people to come back and shop. Anyway, enough about that. This morning, I drove with my dad up to Lewiston. We are finishing a house clean out. This has been the 8th van trip. And there was a bonus box of vintage baseball cards in the back of the garage that the homeowner who I purchased the collection from said, oh, this was stashed in the back. This is for you. Amazing. I filled a 2-row, 1/2 side of it, cards going back to 1949. So excited. I just looked through it. There's some good ones. Look, condition's not perfect, but there's a lot of value just in half of that box of vintage cards. And we were bringing back, we got 3 of these glass and wooden cases, really nice cases that I'm probably going to put in the shop. That was part of the deal because it was, we bought everything. Once again, I always forget. My watch is distracting to me. Guys, it's cool to have no devices. It's cool. We need them, right, to communicate, but I want to focus on what I'm talking about and talking to all of you. So I try to keep the devices, phone turned down, watch off. Yeah, so I got to unload those from the van in a little while. Tim went out to do the post office run because we're doing, so much eBay. There's always stuff selling, which is excellent. But I did have to cut a check to the person I bought the collection from. Luckily, I'm paying over time, which is amazing. I always say this in business. You can have price and terms. You cannot have both. You do not get to have the price you want and the terms. You got to pick. So if you get the price, I get the terms. But if I get the price, you get the terms. See how it works? So that's just a good tip. I'm hoping that this podcast is going to include, just stuff I pick up as I go that I can pass on to you that's been valuable. Good teaching moments for me. So Tim's down the road at the post office. He'll be back soon. It's almost, is it? It's 12:12. I have a meeting coming up at 1. Treasure Games, something I'm sure you guys will see if you follow me on the socials. I am the official host of the Nationwide Treasure Hunt Treasure Games. So I have a meeting about that. But as far as it relates to cards, yeah, getting a bonus box of vintage baseball cards is big. It's going to be good stuff for eBay, good stuff for the shop. I saw a bunch of news going on with people really want that triple auto card, LeBron, Durant, and Curry. And I think the Topps Chrome, LeBron, Superfractor, one of one, some card, some ridiculous card got pulled, but that's the unlicensed Topps Chrome. I like the look of Topps Chrome, except like the license. It's hard for me in my collector shoes. It's hard for me to buy that stuff to keep it. I will buy it for the customer, but as a collector, I personally, this is just my own personal opinion, don't like unlicensed. Even if it's autographed, I still have a hard time. I don't want that in my collection. I don't know. I'm a purist in that way, but everybody's got their own thing. Everybody likes their own stuff. And I know I'm going to repeat some of the things I've been saying over the last few days, but focus for the weekend right now is to get some more customers. Some kids are going back to school next week. Some kids are already in school, which is why it's been slow. I've been able to catch up on work, which is fantastic. Trying to plan a trip down to Alabama to go watch a football game with my aunt and uncle. Trying for next weekend, but I don't know, because JR, my boy, your favorite homie, or Jeff as I call him, there's Tim, he's back. He is coming into town for like 3 months to come hang. Because he is in between gigs. He was the radio host in Denver and at iHeart, and now he is on to the next thing. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I'm sure we're going to powwow about that. He told me to set aside wrestling stuff. We do have a lot of wrestling stuff in here. So if you try and get it before Jeff's here, he's coming in a week. I got some VHSs. I have those wrestling buddies. I found a Macho Man last summer, so I kept that aside for him. That's why you haven't seen it in the shop. So he's getting first dibs on that. But other wrestling, we have some hobby packs from 2022, the Revolution. I think I've had that. That was like one of the first products I purchased. And now that I'm in with Topps, the real fun can begin. We're going to buy, I think I'm going to start with just a little sampling, see what they have at a discount, try to get some of that Topps Chrome basketball. I was trying to email them, but guy was on vacation, and probably good timing because it's Labor Day weekend. I was thinking of doing a sale, but I've done so many sales, and I need to make sales, so I can't do it every single time we have like a marketing holiday or a bank holiday or a national holiday or whatever. I will be laboring on Labor Day. I will be here. It will be open. I'll be hanging out. So if you've got nowhere else to be, come on in, hang out. We're going to watch sports, do what we always do, talk about cards. But I think my strategy as far as Topps goes, I need to spend some time looking through their website and do a little pre-shopping. I'm pretty excited. It's not going to be stuff, obviously, that I'm keeping for me. This is for you, for the customers. So just know we're going to have more Topps, Bowman, anything Fanatics. If they keep improving the jerseys, I may come around on buying jerseys from Fanatics. I'm not there yet, but hey, gotta give them a second chance, and I think they're acting on it. I'm going to Brimfield, I think, actually next week to buy some vintage stuff, so I'll be on the lookout for Sox, Celtics, Patriots, Bruins. Patriots season's kicking off soon, so I've seen some jerseys selling, and I think that's important if you're a shop owner to pay attention to the time of the season, a sports shop in particular. You know, if you're local, if you're up here in New England, you've got to carry that stuff. You got to carry the Pats. You got to know the players. You got to keep up. I don't always have the new stuff, and I get a lot of calls from folks saying, "Oh, do you have this set or this player?" And it's a fair question, but as a startup, I just don't have access to all of that. I don't have those accounts. So, yeah, of course, it's not fun to lose the business in the moment, but you learn, you pay attention. Okay, you want Drake May? Let me get some Drake May stuff. And I really think that the hobby is like, I think it's still strong. It's still taking off. I haven't seen like a dip in spending, even though usually you will see most people spend their money tax season. So like February, March, April, when people get their returns, they've got this extra expendable income. One of the places they spend it is LCSs, local card shops. So I'm excited for that. I saw that Gronk and Edelman were at the Sox game. We can't. This is typical Red Sox. Like, you get some good luck charms like those guys to come in and do the first pitch and hit BP. And then we split the series with Toronto, and we're right there, but I think we're 4 out of the last wild card spot. So they may make this final push and get that last spot, but my hopes are not high. I didn't have them super high this year. That's why I haven't been so frustrated, but they get to the end of the year, and it's like, who are we? What's our identity? Look at the Chris Sale deal. I mean, Chris Sale is probably going to be the Cy Young in the NL, and he has pitched, I think, more innings this season than he pitched in all of his seasons as a Red Sox player. That's crazy. But, hey, you can't predict that, and injuries happen, and people recover, so I don't know. That one's a bummer. That one hurts. I like Chris Sale. Good player. Not too much new stuff to report, just kind of getting in the weeds, and I am realizing it's so important to have a day where I can do my thing. I feel refreshed. I'm like ready to go. The next project I think we're going to be doing, though, is we're putting up some new banners. So another vlog that I should be releasing here in the next couple days is we sold the Portland Pirates Civic Center 1-of-1 Calder Cup Champions 94 banner. I had it in my possession, and an acquaintance, a person I know, I'm just going to leave it at that, allowed me to try to sell this for them, and I got the asking price that they wanted, and that was sold. And it was sold to just a really nice guy, Andrew. He came in. He's like, immediately, I want it. What's the price? We talked back and forth. I said, I can't tell you the price, but you can make me offers. It was one of those situations where I had to see if he was serious. And he came back a month later, and he was serious about buying it. And then the month came. He came back, had a check from the bank, and we did the deal. I can't tell you the amount because that's just between him and I. So, but it was he stepped up, serious amount of money for that thing. And then immediately posted this awesome series of pictures out at Bug Light in South Portland of the Pirates banner. It's huge. It was like 15, 16 feet long and, maybe 10, 12 feet wide. Huge banner. And he put it up on the fence at the lighthouse. Awesome pictures. And I believe there is a chance if you come to a Maine Mariners game, that thing will be hanging in the rafters back at the Civic Center. I know it's Cross Insurance Arena, but we call it the Civic Center. That's all I know it as. The Cumberland County Civic Center. Cumberland County Civic. The 4 C's, okay? Like the 4 horsemen. Cumberland County Civic Center. So that's exciting. I'm thinking about doing some promo with them. I think that'll be cool. I just got to find some money for the marketing. It's when your cash flow is a little strapped, you get creative, and actually some of your best ideas happen when your back is against the wall and you got to figure it out. You got to make money. So we've got some good ideas coming out of the pipe. I think it's going to be helpful for those of you that like to set up at shows. We are going to supply you with what you need. Cards-wise, supplies-wise, and don't be surprised if you come in here when we've got the new top stuff on release days. I'll be doing early morning release days. There might be some freebies, some free top loaders, maybe some boxes. We're gonna make little packages to go along with you buying. You buy a new hobby, you're gonna get this, that, and the other thing. So we haven't figured that out yet, but I figure that'll be a good way to say, hey, thanks for shopping with us. Thanks for buying your cards at Double Play. So it's payday. I wrote some checks today. I got to do some, boring business stuff, but I like that it's quiet. I just don't want it to be quiet all day because that means no sales. So give and take, right? Yeah, not a lot. Just a quick Friday update. There is still that $500,000 bounty for that triple auto card. I'm also looking forward to breaking on Fanatics Live. So now that I'm in with Topps and in with the Fanatics family, I'm going to be doing some more breaks. And I wanted to when I opened. We were going to do eBay, and then eBay was like, oh, we're not allowing new breakers in. And we said, well, why? Like, I have a whole real shop, but you're letting Jimmy down the street in his bedroom do a break. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But they had to set out a blanket policy because I don't know if there's too many scams or I don't know. They just needed to control the breaks. So, eBay. I wish I could have done it with you. Sorry, we're going to do it with Fanatics because they're actually going to, allow us to do breaks because they appreciate that we have a real business. And look, eBay, if you wanted to talk to us, we could have talked. And, hey, maybe we could still do it down the road. I don't know. But for now, that's also a little bit in the future. I just want to get my new products. I want my guy, my sales rep to come back from vacation. I hope you had a good vacation, but come back because I want to buy some stuff and put it in the shop and sell it. I want to try to be the best Topps seller in New England. Keep setting the bar higher. Just give me the product you don't think you can sell, and I will sell it. And also give me the product that you can sell because I want that too. I want the good stuff. But you'll be surprised at what I can do, what we can move here. Look, it's just a couple of guys. Just a couple guys being dudes. What's better than that? That's how we've been running it. I've been able to profit in this business without a direct account anywhere, and I'm pretty proud of that. So that's, I think, a good place to end it. I got to get to work. Y'all got to get back to doing whatever you're doing, but thanks for hanging out, stopping by and watching. Like, subscribe, share this, and come on into the shop, Southern Maine. If you're down here, if you want to make the trip up, depending on where you're from, I always say down because it's the south, the end of the state, but everyone else goes up to come to Maine. 370 U.S. Route 1, Scarborough, Maine. On Route 1, like I said, right across from Land Rover. And y'all have a nice one. Peace.